You do not need another personal finance book, and you definitely do not need to work more hours. If your bank account feels completely empty at the end of the month despite your solid corporate salary, it is not because you lack discipline or information. The explanation you have been repeating to yourself, that you just need a bigger bonus or a better budgeting app, is a lie. You are trapped in a system that allows you to feel incredibly productive while keeping you financially stationary. You have built a life that looks exactly like success to everyone around you, yet your net worth remains dangerously close to zero. The reality is that building wealth in 5 years has nothing to do with extreme deprivation or finding a magical investment loophole. It requires you to diagnose a silent phenomenon. Let us call it the static acceleration trap, a state where you are running at maximum capacity, earning more than ever, but your financial progress remains perfectly frozen. To break out of this cycle, you need to understand exactly how the next 60 months will unfold, why your current strategy is designed to fail, and how a quiet, systematic reallocation of your identity can secure your future. Take a second to look at your last 3 digital receipts. That is where the leakage lies, not in the big numbers you track on your spreadsheets. The mechanism driving this stagnation is a continuous cost of identity. Every professional milestone you achieve carries an unwritten social expectation. When your salary moves from $60,000 to $90,000, your brain does not see an extra $30,000 to save. It sees a license to finally look the part. You upgrade the daily rituals, you subscribe to the premium wellness apps, and you buy the higher-end skincare routines to counteract the stress of the job. This is the invisible tax, the compounding opportunity cost of maintaining an appearance of wealth before the wealth itself actually exists. When you spend $500 a month on premium self-care and micro-subscriptions, you are not just spending $6,000 a year. Over a 5-year horizon, assuming a standard conservative return of 8.5% compounded annually in an index fund, that seemingly innocent choice removes over $37,000 from your future net worth. You are trading your actual long-term freedom to fund a temporary sense of relief today. Are you genuinely willing to keep funding that trade for another 5 years? Think about how the traditional wealth-building narrative is sold to you. The internet tells you to maximize your income, maximize your output, and wait for the compound interest to save you in 30 years. But you do not have 30 years of high-stress tolerance left, and you want to see results by year 1. In a realistic 5-year plan, year 1 is never about accumulating large sums of money. It is entirely about stabilizing the structural foundation. According to recent data from Lending Club and PYMNTS, 60% of adults earning between $50,000 and $100,000 in the United States are living paycheck to paycheck. They do not have an income problem. They have a structural leakage problem. When you start this process, you will face an immediate psychological barrier. You will look at your current lifestyle and believe everything in it is absolutely non-negotiable. You tell yourself that the specialized gym membership keeps you sane, that the upscale grocery deliveries save you precious time, and that the seasonal home decor updates from social media are essential for your mental well-being. But if you analyze these choices under a strict financial lens, you discover that they are merely high-cost coping mechanisms for a career that drains you. You are using your disposable income to buy back the energy your job steals from you every single day. If you do not sever this connection in the first 12 months, no salary increase will ever be enough to save you. What happens when you choose to look at the numbers without the emotional protective layer? Let us look at the math of a typical lifestyle inflation cycle over a short horizon. If you save 5% of your $80,000 income, which is the exact average personal savings rate recorded by the U.S. Bureau of Economic Analysis, you are putting away $4,000 a year. In 5 years, even with decent market returns, you will have roughly $24,000. That is not wealth. That is barely a safety net for a major medical emergency or a sudden job loss. To build real, protective leverage in 5 years, your baseline savings rate cannot be average. It must be mathematically aggressive. The math of a realistic 5-year horizon demands that you stop looking at your salary as income and start looking at it as an acquisition fund for your independence. When you enter year 2, the focus shifts from stabilizing the leakages to optimizing the margin. This is where most people fail because they try to optimize through aggressive deprivation. They cut out the $3 coffee. They feel miserable. and then they reward their misery by spending $400 on a weekend getaway to escape the pressure. Small sacrifices do not work. Structural reallocations do. Think about the largest fixed costs in your budget right now. For a professional woman living in a major urban center, housing and transportation are not just utility expenses, they are statements of professional standing. You choose the apartment with the modern finishes and the secure parcel locker because you feel you have earned the right to live well after years of corporate grinding. But that aesthetic choice costs you an extra $600 every single month compared to a slightly older, less Instagram-friendly building down the street. Let us look at the silent price of that aesthetic comfort over your 5-year timeline. $600 a month reallocated into an index fund returning 8.5% net annually does not just add up to $36,000. It compounds into over $44,000 of pure, liquid capital by year 5. That is the difference between having the leverage to quit a toxic job or being forced to sign another contract out of sheer survival. What are you actually paying for when you choose the premium option? You are paying for a temporary escape from a life you have not had time to design. Look at how this manifests in your weekly schedule. It is Thursday evening. You have just spent 9 hours resolving crises for people who do not appreciate your time, and you are too exhausted to think about cooking. You open an app, you order a $25 meal, and with service fees, priority delivery, and a tip, that single dinner costs $42. You do this 3 times a week because you tell yourself your time is too valuable to spend over a stove. That is $126 a week, over $500 a month, flowing out of your ecosystem. The system wants you to believe that optimization is a matter of micromanagement. It is not. It is a matter of identity boundary setting. The moment you stop using money to soothe your professional exhaustion, your savings rate skyrockets without you feeling like you are starving. If you keep your housing fixed, eliminate the convenience spend, and freeze your lifestyle at the level it was 2 promotions ago, your baseline savings rate can easily move from the national average of 5% to a highly aggressive 30%. For someone earning $80,000, that single shift changes your annual accumulation from $4,000 to $24,000. In 5 years, that simple, unsexy boundary transforms into a $145,000 wealth foundation. Why does this feel so incredibly difficult to execute in real life? It feels difficult because your entire social circle is running on a completely different script. When your colleagues talk about their weekends, they talk about the new tasting menu they tried, the boutique Pilates studio that charges $40 a class, or the organic skincare haul they bought to treat their stress acne. If you choose not to participate, you feel an intense, localized pressure. You worry that your lack of consumer participation looks like failure. You assume that if you are not spending like a successful corporate professional, people will think you are struggling. But the data reveals the truth they are hiding. The vast majority of those people are not building wealth. They are merely staging it. They are funding a high-end simulation of success while their net worth remains completely hollow. Are you willing to sacrifice the illusion of success today to possess the reality of choice tomorrow? Year 3 of a realistic wealth plan is where the momentum becomes mathematically visible, but it is also where the stagnation trap feels the most tempting. By this point, you will have accumulated a significant cushion. You might see $50,000 or $60,000 sitting in your account for the first time in your life. This is the exact moment the danger peaks. Your brain looks at that balance and experiences a profound cognitive distortion. It stops seeing a delicate foundation that needs protection and starts seeing a surplus that can be leveraged for a lifestyle upgrade. You begin to justify the vehicle replacement, the premium vacation, or the down payment on a property that is far larger than you actually need. Block AC. Cubra Narrativos 4, Desarrollo Principal, Fin, Y5, Anti-ejemplo/contraste. Verification antes del bloque intermedio. Idioma activo. English el contenido continúa exactamente donde terminó. El anterior los ejemplos son del mundo de la audiencia. Las cifras nuevas respetan el sistema de veracidad de datos, solo datos del plan, cálculos propios verificados. Ninguna sección abre con estadística, al menos una pregunta directa cada 300 to 400 palabras, al menos una frase corta de impacto cada 200 palabras. The danger peaks because $50,000 looks like a fortune to a brain trained in monthly cycles, but it is completely insignificant against a 5-year horizon. If you compromise the momentum now, you do not just lose the money you spend. You lose the entire trajectory. Year 4 is where the actual math of acceleration takes over. By maintaining the exact same cost structure you established in year 1, every single dollar of your corporate raises and performance bonuses goes directly into your acquisition fund. If your income increases from $80,000 to $95,000 by year 4, and you refuse to expand your lifestyle, your savings rate does not just stay at 30%. It climbs to over 40%. What happens when you look at the compound effect of this final push? You are no longer just depositing basic savings. You are feeding an active, compounding engine. Your early investments are now producing their own returns at that steady 8.5% historical net rate. By the time year 5 concludes, you are not holding a loose collection of emergency funds. You are holding a mathematically solidified asset base of over $180,000. This is not wealth that allows you to buy a private island. It is wealth that alters your relationship with reality. It is the exact threshold where you stop working for survival and start working on your own terms. Why is it that two people with the exact same corporate title, earning the exact same $90,000 a year, can arrive at year 5 with completely opposite lives? Let us look at Sarah. She works in the same department, sits at the same structural level, and faces the exact same daily professional exhaustion that you do. When Sarah received her last major promotion, she felt an intense, immediate need to validate the achievement. She upgraded her apartment to a modern glass high-rise, leased a premium vehicle to match the corporate parking lot, and structured her entire life around convenience and luxury wellness. Sarah is not irresponsible. She is simply following the exact script her environment wrote for her. The problem is that Sarah's success is entirely performance art. Her high-end skincare routines, her curated weekend travel experiences, and her premium grocery subscriptions absorb 95% of her income. She saves less than 5% of her salary, meaning she puts away fewer than $5,000 a year. After 5 years of intense, exhausting corporate labor, Sarah has less than $28,000 in total liquidity. She is trapped. If her company restructures tomorrow, Sarah cannot afford to walk away. She has to accept whatever terms they offer because her entire identity structure is leveraged against her next 2 paychecks. Look at the contrast when you strip away the social performance. You and Sarah entered the corporate system with the exact same financial capacity, but you chose to execute a silent reallocation. While Sarah was buying the appearance of success to soothe her stress, you were using your income to purchase your actual sovereignty. You lived in the unsexy apartment. You ignored the lifestyle upgrades, and you quietly channeled every surplus dollar into your compounding engine. By year 5, Sarah has a garage full of depreciating symbols and a mountain of anxiety. You have $180,000 of liquid leverage. The contrast is absolute. The decisions were small, but the outcomes belong to entirely different worlds. How does it feel to realize that Sarah's lifestyle is actually a prison disguised as a reward? The tension she feels every Sunday night is not caused by her workload. It is caused by her lack of structural options. She has built a cage out of premium fabrics and aesthetic finishes, and now she has to work double hours just to pay for the maintenance of the bars. If you follow that same traditional path, you are choosing static acceleration. You are running faster just to stay exactly where you are. Real wealth building over a short horizon requires you to step off the track entirely, accept the social friction of looking average, and let the numbers work in total isolation. Block AD. Cubra Narrativos 6, Reencuadra Psicologico. 7, Prescription/Plan de Acción. Y8, Cierre Circular. Verification on test del bloque final. Idioma activo. English el contenido continúa exactamente donde terminó el anterior. Los ejemplos son del mundo de la audiencia. Las cifras nuevas respeten el sistema de veracidad de datos, solo datos del plan, cálculos propios verificados. Ninguna sección habrá con estadística, al menos una pregunta directa cada 300 to 400 palabras, al menos una frase corta de impacto cada 200 palabras. El cierre regresa a la identidad o escena del hook la frase. Final devolvencia sin imponer respuesta el tono baja, no sub, en el cierre está el disclaimer financiero, el final del narrativo 7. The underlying reason Sarah stays trapped while you build leverage is not a lack of financial intelligence. It is a psychological filter called the objection of deservingness, the deeply ingrained belief that because your job is exhausting, you have earned the immediate right to spend your surplus on comfort. When you survive a brutal week of corporate deadlines, your brain naturally looks for a psychological compensation. You tell yourself that you deserve the expensive weekend dinners, the high-end skincare serums, and the premium wellness subscriptions because you worked so incredibly hard to earn that money. This is where the trap closes its jaws. You use the money you earn from a stressful job to buy temporary relief from the exact same stress that job caused. But what happens when you choose to look past that emotional justification? You realize that using your income to buy short-term comfort is actually the ultimate form of self-sabotage. You are not rewarding yourself. You are merely extending your sentence in a corporate ecosystem that drains your vitality. If you continue to tell yourself that you deserve to spend every promotion on looking successful, you will arrive at year 5 with an aesthetic lifestyle and zero actual choices. Real deservingness is not a luxury purchase you consume in an afternoon. Real deservingness is the structural stability that allows you to walk away from any room that no longer serves your growth. To achieve this level of leverage in the next 60 months, you must execute a specific, non-negotiable plan of action segmented by your current financial situation. If you are currently living paycheck to paycheck on a solid salary, your immediate milestone for the first 90 days is a structural lifestyle freeze. You will look at your last 3 bank statements, isolate every dollar spent on premium convenience and social performance, and automate a 30% transfer to a separate investment account the exact hour your salary hits your ledger. You do not wait to see what is left at the end of the month. If the capital is invisible to your daily checking account, the baseline leakage stops instantly. If you have already stabilized your basic expenses, your milestone for the next 24 months is the absolute preservation of your margin. Every future performance bonus, corporate raise, or cost of living adjustment must be channeled entirely into your compounding vehicle before you have time to adjust your identity to the new number. Your criterion for success is simple. You must look, live, and spend exactly as if that raise never happened. As your asset base crosses the $100,000 threshold by year 4, you will face the final hurdle, the temptation to deploy that capital for a major consumer purchase like a larger home or a newer vehicle. Your directive here is absolute protection. You maintain the compounding engine at that steady 8.5% historical net rate, allowing the momentum to carry you to your destination. This is not financial advice. Every situation is different. Look back at your last 3 digital receipts. Think about the professional woman we discussed at the very beginning, the one who works maximum hours, secures every corporate milestone, but watches her bank account remain completely stagnant at the end of every month. 5 years from now, that same woman will still be sitting at her corporate desk, looking incredibly productive and feeling the exact same underlying anxiety about her future. She will still be using high-cost wellness rituals to survive a career she can no longer afford to leave. But that woman does not have to be you. You have seen the math of the static acceleration trap, and you know exactly where the invisible leakages live in your ecosystem. The next 60 months are going to pass whether you change your habits or keep them exactly the same. You can choose the traditional path of performance art, lifestyle inflation, and permanent financial stagnation. Or you can choose to accept the temporary friction of living below your social standing to build a bulletproof foundation of absolute independence. You have the information. The decision is yours.